Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the strength Bardock and Gine, or Bardock and Gine, or Bardock and Gine, or whatever you want to call them. But they are a movie heroes sub-lead. They also greatly raise their attack and defense, which is fantastic on their super attack. They are actually pretty good. They're still pretty good. They came out with the 5th anniversary, I want to say, and they weirdly aged really well. A bit limited category wise, but still very strong. Attack and defense of 100%, key +2 plus an additional attack and defense when there is a ally on the team named Goku. This is pretty easy to achieve. They then also have additional attack if they are facing a movie boss's enemy, and they have additional attack and guaranteed crits if they are facing a enemy with the name Frieza in the title. So pretty kind of succinct capabilities. They have an active skill that can be activated after the 4th turn if HP is below 80%. Also something fairly simple, and it will be a 2-turn attack raise of 22%, as well as removal of all status effects, which is pretty cool. Stuff like being locked in place, etc. In terms of build, I think you want to go for a mix of crit and additional, prioritizing additional if you really want to try to use these guys as far as possible, as additionals will help them raise their defense quite substantially, at least for the single turn that they're on. Overall, link wise, they're pretty good. They have quite a few very normal kind of generic Saiyan links with Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and then they have some pretty interesting ones like Saiyan Pride and called Judgment. We're going to be trying them out on Bardock's lead and Bardock's team, and they link pretty well with most Bardock units, but they also link pretty well with Tora units actually, because Tora has called Judgment, so it's pretty big defensive link for them. Overall, they've been buffed quite nicely by being on Bardock's team, and yeah, they're not in a lot of categories, but they look really solid, honestly speaking. So yeah, obviously we're trying them under Bardock's team because they're on Pure Saiyans, because they're on Goku's family. They actually exist under a 200% lead, which is pretty good, honestly speaking. I think Bardock kind of really, or Bardock and Gine really looks pretty solid. Actually, I quite like them overall. You can see here they sit with 172k defense, which is good. They will also greatly raise this, which means that they're going to be sitting with around near the 300k mark or so, which is pretty good going considering how old the unit is, and they haven't received an easy A. So that's pretty good stuff. Obviously we are facing Frieza. Defensively it doesn't change them too much, but it does affect them, you know, in terms of their like attacking numbers quite substantially. So when facing a movie boss and when facing one like Frieza, their attacks can look a lot better than it would in a lot of situations. But fortunately for them, there's actually a lot of relevant movie boss events. There's a whole movie boss's red zone. A lot of the you know, other red zones have movie bosses. Wick Bloodlines has a couple with Cooler. GT not so much, but yeah, in general there is kind of like a couple movie bosses for you to fight, which is really strong and does help out Bardock and Gine overall. So yeah, I would say they sit in a pretty decent kind of situation. Obviously to each their own, not everyone will agree, but I think they look pretty good. Here we can see them in this rotation just try the 200k mark again, which isn't too bad. Quite a lot of support, or not actually, about 22% support on this rotation. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. Obviously they're not max link leveled. Being max link leveled will help them. They do have some defensive links, so if you're looking to maximize their defense, you can obviously yeah, fully link level them, and that will raise their defense. Like, they will get better defense, they will look better overall. But yeah, Bardock and Gine look pretty good. They look really solid. I would say they probably sit on the like 6 out of 10 kind of spectrum of things. I think they look decent. They could be better, but I think overall they look pretty solid. At least for me, I think they look, yeah, strong, and I think they look like a unit that's reliable and obviously gets things done. And yeah, in general, I just think they do look pretty good. Obviously they could be better, but I think for me they sit in a good spot, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how they function overall and how well they do overall. So this is going to be best case scenario for them. Obviously we've got Core Judgment linked up, we've got quite a bit of support as well. We've got support from Tora, and we've got support from Chi-Chi and Goku. So this is pretty close to best case scenario. Chi-Chi and Goku don't provide a lot of support. You could replace them with like a 30% support or a 40%, and you would get a little bit more out of them, but this is pretty close to max, as we're going to get, and it's pretty good. It looks really good, at least to me. Obviously, some people might disagree, but I think they look really, really solid, especially considering how old they are as a unit. It's not like they are distinctly, super duper strong units. So I think, or super duper new units, I should say. So I think overall they kind of sit in the spot of being really, really good for me, and yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. So I think overall, if you got them, maybe give them a try, especially with the new Bardock coming out. I think they link pretty well with them. So yeah, overall, Bardock Gine, sorry, look pretty good, and like I said, their link set looks solid. The same warrior race, same lineage, same pride, Cold Judgment, prepared for battle, and experienced fighters alongside fierce battle. Now obviously from a defensive standpoint, Cold Judgment obviously reigns supreme. It's definitely their strongest kind of link in terms of defense. The rest are pretty common though. Same warrior race, same lineage, prepared for battle, fierce battle. This gives them the basis to kind of link with any hybrid Saiyan, pure Saiyan kind of unit in the game, and this is good. Basically gives them a 2 to 3 link flexibility with most other units. The links you will struggle with are going to be experienced fighters, which is a decent link but just isn't very common. It's not super duper common. It's not mega level common. It's not something you're going to easily activate. And then Saiyan Pride, which is a strong link offense wise, but also is only really confined to like the original OG Saiyan clan, alongside like Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, etc. So yeah, pretty obviously important. I would say just start with Core Judgment. If you can get them Core Judgment, that makes them huge. I mean, you saw their 207k defense, obviously yes, rainbowed, but I mean, it was good. It was very, very solid. Prepared for battles, probably then next the easiest link to get, but Saiyan Lineage is also relatively chill to get, so either one of those should be fine. Like, you should be looking at a pretty good situation overall. In general, they just link well with most Saiyan units. They'll always share 1, 2 or 3 kind of links with most Saiyan units just due to how they function, and things like Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, fierce battle, etc. So yeah, overall they have a pretty decent link set. Nothing that's crazy, but they link up quite well with the new Bardock, the tech one, but they link up pretty well with any Bardock in general. So yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything you need to know. I don't think there's anything too much else to really focus on. Like I said, Saiyan Pride is your high attacking link focal point. But yeah, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.